And we're live. Welcome to Pendragon, the Crucible. This is a new entry point for those that are just chiming in. For those that are with us for a long time, you'll have known us through Salisbury Anarchy, Fall of Uther, Sword of Victory, or Favored Sons, depending on where you onboarded. Regardless, let's go ahead and meet the cast and talk about who they are playing today. We will start with Thomas.
Hello, my name is Thomas, and I will be playing Helen, daughter of Marshal Edric and eldest daughter of Winterbourne Stoke, currently squired to Sir Rufus, Chamberlain of Salisbury.
Awesome. And we will go next to Mark.
Hello, my name is Mark, and I will be playing Lucius of Idmiston, and he is squiring under Dame Meredith of Somerset, who he has an alright relationship with, except that she seems to be under the impression that he should reconnect with his father. Lucius does not want that.
Some wise advice, I don't know. Sounds like pagan advice to me. We'll talk to Liam next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. Tonight, I will be playing Sir Jarren the Lesser. Or no, sorry, not Sir. Squire Jarren the Lesser. Jarren is my last character's eldest son, Perrin's son. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how he interacts with his sire, Sir Robert. And Robert is he's a guy. He was at one point a loyalist to the Duke of something or other. I forget.
Foreign national.
Yeah. Robert Demir, once the loyalist to Duke Adaris of the March. Yes.
There we go.
Who's been missing for several years and totally isn't dead. He's out there somewhere. We know it.
He's fine.
And last but not least, we have Zack.
Hello, I'm Zack, and I'm bringing another entry in for Newton Manor, house of my other characters. This one is the little Squire Carrick, small, 14 years old, just new on the Squire scene. The sire for this rascal is Sir Kibno, who has been a mainstay in some of the scenes here. Older now, and perhaps getting tired of lecturing this poor kid who gets in probably too much trouble.
Indeed. Now that we've met the cast, we're going to go ahead and dive right in with the first scene. We see Sarum, the rock, a large castle set amidst an open land. Lots of fields, and in the distance forests can be seen. Manors, and in the center of it all is Sarum. We watch as an envoy begins to exit. And we realize this is no envoy. This is, in fact, an army. We see the banners of Salisbury as they link up with other banners from afar. And then we turn to see the eyes of those left behind. While everyone else rides away to fight the Saxons in Wessex, we get to see those who serve knights who are either garrisoned here in the Rock, who have positions of power within the Rock, or have had simply the fact that they've went without their second squire. And regardless, we cut into the four of you. Now, I'm curious as you watch the knights ride away, taking it back a moment. How do you all feel? We have the four of you amidst other squires that are going to be trained today in the yard. We'll start with Thomas. How does it feel for your character to see such a host walk away without you, or ride away without you?
Honestly, it feels bad. This is the first year, the very beginning of Helen's training as a squire, a position she had to wheedle and argue and force to try and get a position as a squire. And looking at this great host, the biggest army leaving from Sarum that have fought in Salisbury for quite some time without her in a position to help, it makes her feel powerless. But she knows that things are likely going to be well in hand, and regardless of what happens, she'll be training to be better, and possibly going next time, assuming her sire sees fit to go onto the battlefield.
Noted. We cut to Mark next. How does your character feel? And if any of you are uncertain, I would note that perhaps modest or proud might be a good way to determine. We can always test modest and proud if need be. But we'll do these one at a time here. We'll start with Mark next.
Okay. Lucius isn't particularly modest or proud. However, he has heard a rumor that his father is on the battlefield somewhere, and he would love a chance to show him up. However, being left behind definitely has him a little frustrated and perhaps a little grumpy, as his childishness is a little more to the forefront.
Noted. What about Liam? I'm checking with you next.
More of the same. Jarren's life for the entirety of his existence, for as long as he can remember, and especially since his father died, has been about serving his family and making sure they were protected at a time of extreme turmoil. So I think for him, a lot of what he's thinking about as they are leaving is all of the people who are going to be faced with losing their families in the coming days.
A good thought indeed. And we'll cut last to Zack.
I think little Carrick, he doesn't quite understand. He knows he's 14 and he's grown up in the age of anarchy. So he knows what battle is and how dangerous it is. And however, he sees opportunity. There's a lot less adults around now, a lot less eyes. He thinks it's a perfect time for training, of course. Sire Sibno will constantly hound him and the others. But in our off time, yes, that's some free real estate there. So he's enjoying it. He's happy. He's already planning.
I didn't hear any super proud responses. Is that a pretty good indicator? There's no one that's just breaming with...
Helen is... Yeah. Helen is quite modest. Yeah. She doesn't think, I will be the thing to turn the battle.
There's no one trying to, or really struggling with getting left behind here?
Not struggling.
No.
Not for pride reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. She wants to help. She does not think that she is the be-all and end-all.
Understood. Let's consult the group. Is anyone going to either attempt to talk to their knight about it, or is everyone pretty good with just accepting it as the way of things?
I think I might talk to my sire about it, considering, and this might be a question for you, Bob. Have we met before now? In terms of family dinners or something? Or is this the first time we're encountering each other?
I think you have. Yeah, it would make sense that you have. Indeed.
Yeah, I think Helen will, as she is attending her sire. Sorophus, how often, and forgive me if this is impertinent, do you ride off to war? Do your duties allow you such? Probing to see if she's gonna get the chance.
Oh, no, not too often, I'm afraid. Too busy here in the Rock, tending to our young Lord Robert's needs. But I'm sure, of course, that this will suit you quite well. As the daughter of the Marshal, this will likely be your lot.
I see. Thank you, sire.
It'll do you well to look
That
after
pin.
the clerk's needs. You might consider in your off time training in such ways. As an esquire, you will be well sought after, not only a lady, but an esquire.
An esquire. There are 7 more years with which to determine how far my skills shall go. It's clear she hasn't exactly gotten a great poker face, and she is large for her age and quite big for people older than her as well. Like, twisting her head and like loud popping sounds come out of that. We'll see how it goes.
I meant no offense. Your father chose this for you. It's wise, given the firstborn. He stops and he's. It's always good to ensure that there is a spare.
I understand the strategy. Father thinks much the same way himself. I want to do things for Salisbury, for the Earl. I want to serve this county as best I can. I don't think that's as an esquire, but we shall see what path God has laid out for us.
Indeed, that is all we can do, is deal with what lies before us. And for you, that is training this morning. And
Yes.
best of luck in the
Indeed.
training yard. I would join you, but I have to look after some preparations for the Earl.
Of course. And as is, you know this better than me, but if you need anything, I'll just be here.
Very well.
Oops. Yep, sorry, you.
Go ahead.
I'll say she is quite unlike her father in a couple of ways. While her pride was definitely pinged on like everything that Sir Rufus said, she's got a very even temper, at least for now. She can grin and bear it.
Understood. We'll check in with Mark. Does your knight feel compelled to talk to, or squire feel compelled to talk to your knight?
As a man that is, or a boy rather, that is relatively prudent 14, he knows that doing such a thing is not going to get him anywhere, and it's probably not a good idea he's on the battlefield. As much as he hates to admit it. But nonetheless, I think he is pretty restless. Like, he's, like, up and moving around, patrolling the castle in his own way as if he were a knight. Just trying to find things to do to occupy his time.
Okay. Give me an intrigue test then for you. And Thomas, while we're at it, we should have probably tested courtesy.
Oh, yes, good point. My courtesy isn't bad. We'll see how it goes. Success. Hey, crit for the first thing. Should I record glory here?
Sure. Yes, please. That would be wonderful. As we note, there was a critical. So, Thomas, I don't think we need to modify what you did. It sounds there was no fumble, there's no crit. I think it went the way it went. Makes sense. Then you can tick it. For Mark, as is it Lucius or Lucian? Lucy.
I think it's Lucius.
Okay.
Lucius.
Yes, Lucius. As Lucius goes about the castle, you hear the Earl Robert complaining, and he says, I should be out there. Why didn't Virgil squire me in time? I should be with the army. This is a great moment for glory. I'm going to miss it. And his mother can be heard with him. You'll get your time, Robert. And then he cuts her off and says, a boy? I won't be for long, Mother. This is a fight that determines much, including our safety. I should be there. What if Virgil dies? And Lady Ellen smiles and says, you'll have another night. He grunts and says, And I'll be in the training yard. So we see him wander off, and he wanders past Lucius, almost not realizing you were there, and then straightens up a bit and walks off.
Wait.
I think
Somebody
Lucius
messed
is in
that
his
kid
mind.
up.
Yeah, I think Lucius is in his mind. He's like, nah, he gets it. He's right. He's 100% right that we should be doing what we can and our best. We shouldn't just be sitting here doing nothing. And I think he's probably going to follow him along to the training round. He's also, in his mind, he's right. Virgil is like the strongest knight we have, the best knight we have. We should be there to support him. Lucy's 100% a Virgil fanboy.
And for
You're
reference,
going from
Virgil
some
is
streams.
the Salisbury Marshal, currently acting Marshal.
He is the
and
marshal, yeah.
And a Baron of Devises in Salisbury. So we cut them.
Whoever plays that character must be really cool too.
Very handsome.
We cut over to Liam on this note. Liam, your character, did you have intention to speak to your knight about why exactly you're not traveling out with the army?
I think so. I think Jarren's 19. He's been doing this squiring thing a little bit longer than some of the others. I think his position right now is we're about to be making a trip. There's got to be work to be done. There's got to be provisions that are checked. The camping supplies need to be made sure that they're packed properly so that nothing falls off. I think what Jarren is instead doing is taking the time to help the younger squires with little tricks that he's figured out on how to make the work a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's focusing on forward, not behind.
So you make your way to the training yard. And as you arrive at the training yard, presumably early, in the place of any of the knights that might train you, you see your aunt, Lady Lilo.
That is my stepmother.
Stepmother? Is that?
I think so. Yeah, because
No, this is
your aunt.
This is Virgil's wife, which would
first,
be
second wife. Yeah.
which would
Yeah,
be.
Oh no, Jarren.
you're-
That's right. I'm not
Yeah.
playing Kato. I forgot. Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
Jarren will smile and kind of wave, and he goes, "Lady Lilo, yeah. I wonder what you're doing here. Is everything all right?"
Yes, I've been asked to look after the squire training today.
I see. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I know many of the trainers prefer to stand, but if you'd prefer a comfortable chair that's still rather imposing, I think I can probably scrounge something up for you.
I think it's better that I stand.
Right, of course. Do let me know if you need anything, though. I understand my position as a squire means that you're my boss today, but I don't mind being a little bit of extra assistance. We're family, after all.
I want to do a quick check-in with you and make sure that you're not particularly proud of this character.
I am not.
Okay.
I am more modest than proud, but it's not famous in either direction.
Okay. You see, while you're standing there, another knight comes by, or another aged squire comes by. His name is Carrick. We're going to get you to do, because you've been here a while, we're going to get you to do a recognize roll, but we're going to go ahead and, I think, it's recognize. I'm going to go ahead and give you a +3 to the roll. See if you know this person. Okay.
No.
They look super familiar. They look very familiar to you, but you can't quite place who they are. They're another squire amongst the pit, and they're one of the older ones like you, but you haven't really, if you've met them, you've forgotten their name, and you're not sure which, unfortunately.
Remind me, Lady Lilo, if you know, that squire over there, his face is in my mind, but his name eludes me.
Oh, that's Kenrick of West Lavington. He's Sir Hugh's son. You remember the old marshal, yes, Sir Lad?
Yes, before Edric took the position, and then before my uncle.
He's a lad's grandson as well.
Oh, he must be very proud.
Indeed. And he realizes you say that. The way he walks, it's almost like a strut as he wanders over. Much like you guys, this is someone that would pack a lot of renown right out of the gate because of having famous father and a famous grandfather on the mother's side.
Don't worry, guys. Time to make a new friend. I got this.
Glad to hear it.
If you've got time for it, this is not a requirement for me, but I would love to have Jarren the Lesser go and introduce himself a second time to this guy.
Sure. Why don't you roll me we're going to do an even odd thing. Why don't you roll me a D10 and call high or low before you do?
D10. It's my favorite kind of dice, and always high, baby, always high.
Okay, low.
Oh, shit.
So you have met him. Let's make a courtesy roll. And I think the condition of failing would be that you introduce yourself in a way that you've forgotten him.
Gives away that yeah. I think he knows now. He's been given this guy's name. He knows he remembers the face. So it's just about how he presents it.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Okay. He says, he takes to you quite well. And he says, sorry, I'm still getting used to your guys' new character's name, Sir Jarren. He says, Jarren, good to see you. How are you taking with this whole thing? I tried to raise it with my knight, but he wouldn't hear any of it.
The way I see it, a knight's duty is to serve, right? The knights that are up top, that are up high, they decide who goes where and when. And our duty is to be a sword and a body. Eventually, our sires need us here, so I think we're serving even if it's not necessarily where we want to be.
Sure. What is she doing here? He says with his voice low.
Who?
She has similar heraldry. I assumed that she's a relative of yours.
Oh, yeah, that's my aunt. She's the marshal's wife. She's overseeing training today.
Overseeing training, like she's going to watch us then?
I believe she's leading the training, yeah.
Is she qualified to lead the training? Perhaps we should volunteer. We are near knighting.
That's true, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Lady Lilo was the daughter of Sir Lycus, who was a great hero. I know she's picked up a great deal of things, and Virgil's let's just say it's hard to be around Virgil without picking up some of the things that he knows, some of his wisdom. I would say Lady Lilo's perfectly worthy of being trusted and teaching us something new.
You can tell he's struggling with it a bit, but he doesn't say anything more. We cut away.
I think
Go ahead.
Jarren's positivity is infectious. It's hard to resist.
You passed your courtesy roll, so it didn't turn on you in any way. It was good. We cut over to Zack. So for your character, what do you think you would go and speak to the king? Or not the king, to your knight?
Yes, the king.
Yeah.
No, Cork is definitely not. Cork knows why him and his sire are not going to battle. His sire is an old man, crotchety old man, and he's probably better off here instead of fighting and get himself killed by some Saxon warrior. Cork is pretty disrespectful with, at least in private. He may joke a little bit here and there with the other squires, those he may trust, to not immediately blab to his sire. But I think he just knows he's old. Why would he go? He can get himself killed. So I think he would spend more time talking to the other squires, perhaps finding. Go ahead.
As you're walking about the squires, one of them pop up nearby. He is definitely your senior in age, but in confidence, he looks about as confident as a squire your age. And he says, "Hey again, good to see you."
Hi, good to see you too. What are you into today?
Why don't we start with a recognize roll for you, just to see if you remember their name.
Recognize. It's a 5. Let's see.
Definitely
Not a fumble.
Right. He looks to you and says, "We've met, right? I don't remember your name. Forgive me."
Ah, sure, yeah. I don't quite remember yours either, so we're both on the same footing here.
Pierce.
Carrick.
Pierce.
Pierce. Oh, looks like we'll be hanging out around here while the knights are off to battle, and there's just a couple knights here staying behind, which should be fun.
It should be, yes. I understand why we had to be here and not there. My father used to... He pauses. My father, before everything, he used to joke about, just about how funny things can be with garrison duty. Apparently, one of the worst parts about becoming a knight is being left behind while everyone else goes to war.
Carrick shrugs one shoulder and then the next. Sometimes you have to stay back and defend what we're fighting for. I don't so much mind myself. Who is your father, by the way?
He winces, and you realize that this is why he stalled so hard on what he was saying.
Yeah, Carrick picked up on it and is intentionally poking.
He's not so much dead as retired as a knight. I still see him from time to time, but not frequently, and... Sir Leo.
Sir Leo? Oh, is he old? My sire's very old, barely does anything on his own now. Pretty much have to shine his boots every day. Can't bend over or something like that.
He got in some trouble. Used to be the guiding star of Sarum here. Then during a tournament, he pulled a dame off her horse and killed her.
During a tournament? What? Carrick, he raises an eyebrow. I think that's against the rules, but granted, I'm no tournament expert. I don't really think they throw those anymore. Was that why? Because your dad started killing people?
Sir Bar used to be his best friend. He said that it was very uncharacteristic of... It was an action my father would have never taken. He's told me that he thinks my father had a bout of madness, and my father said much the same, but unfortunately actions speak louder than one's atonement at times, and some things are unforgivable.
The church says everything can be forgivable, but sometimes I get quite tired of the lessons the priests give. Your dad's retired, but he can fight, right? Sounds like it.
He's taken up his lot in the monastery.
Oh. Yeah, how about that? And Carrick shirks back for a second. I guess he's trying to get forgiveness there by not killing people there.
He says he found his peace now. He says he's made his peace with the Lord, and so does the Lord he serves.
I don't know, just my thoughts on it, but it seems, no offense to you, Pierce, but it seems cowardly, in my opinion. He is sequestering himself off in some church somewhere, retiring the sword when we're at war and people are dying all the time. I don't know. Seems like a waste of a good knight, but
I understand. To be honest with you, I've thought much the same at times. But speaking to him directly, he seems convinced that he can do greater good there. I can't say such things would be for me, but if it's what he believes, I respect him for it. He had an opportunity to become something much worse after his failures, and it seems he owned them one way or the other.
that's fair enough. Fair enough. At least he's doing something. Not sure what my sire has done any good anyway. Training us anyway. Sire, being a sire, the next knights, us, you and I, and the rest of us in the training yard. I guess they're good for something.
Indeed. We're here, and I suppose we should make the best of it. With that, I'm going to check in and see if anyone has a positive lustful score, like 11 or above. If you do, could you...
A good Christian baby.
Yeah, could you kindly roll...
Chase 30.
Yeah, could you... If anyone does... Actually, does anyone? Let's ask that.
No.
Nope.
No for Mark?
No pagans in the house.
Just
Mark, you're
verifying.
muted.
Read that, sorry. Cut out a little.
Okay. Can you make a... What is your chase score with your character?
Oh, jeez. It is... That was the wrong sheet. There we go. Chase is 11.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think anyone is necessarily has this, but if anyone opts to, you see the Lady Jenna walk by. She is here. She has been positioned in Sarum, giving all the threats around. There's fear that there could be problems, and so as Sir Ufo is elsewhere, Lady Jenna has returned to the Rock. I'm just curious if anyone might want to roll to chase first lustful to see if they have an amour after seeing her walk through the training yard.
Oh, how old is she right now? Ish, give or
she
take.
would be probably around 20, 2021.
The sins of the father and all that.
Yeah.
I don't expect this to succeed. I think I'll probably roll because I think it would be adorable for Helen to have a puppy love sort of... Oh, success.
Yes, we're gonna compete.
So I should note that this is
Jet-
adoration, which is adoratio,
Yeah.
which is not necessarily
Yes.
amour. It can be fanboying.
We're teenagers.
Yeah.
It's an infatuation, right?
Yeah.
I'm a teenager. You're an adult. It's weird
Can
when you do
you-
it.
19.
Can you give us a little background on her? What she's like as a... Does she
Yeah.
just walk around like a noble lady and just do noble lady things, or is there anything different?
She's pretty.
That's a good
Yeah, that's
clarification.
the
Her appeal is just famous, like exactly. Sometimes ladies of the court can be extremely on the scale of up. She is not. She is just at the famous level. So very notable for that, or famous for that. But as far as what else she's famous for, she is famous for not her modesty. She's famous for kind of being brave, actually.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily on a battlefield, but she's known for being bold and not recklessly. So that would be like famous, valorous. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'll roll lustful.
Okay.
I don't know.
Nevertheless,
she's not
yeah.
we need more reckless. More reckless.
All right. So in that case,
The more reckless, the better.
for just a basic success from Jarren and Helen, why don't you roll 2d6 for me, both of you? And that is
Yes,
your
Captain.
new
2d6 is my
adoration.
favorite.
All right.
9.
7.
Yep. So those are your adorations for Jenna. It starts smaller typically in 6th edition.
Yeah, Helen has had dinner parties with Jenna in the past, like before her marriages, but of course she was like 6 then.
That was back when she was just that really buff toddler.
Incredibly buff toddler.
At this point, Robert enters the field along with Lucius. And he looks annoyed just coming in. And this is that weird thing. A couple of you've had to train with the Earl. He's not afraid to throw his weight around a little bit about being the Earl. He's not such a baby that he uses it to his advantage to always get the win. But he does definitely have that air of command as he enters. And he says, "All right, I'm here. Are we going to get started or not?" He says,
Helen was already starting.
he looks around. He's putting on his gloves for the training. He says, "So who is our trainer today?" And at that point, Lady Lilo says, "It's me, Robert. I will be your trainer today." And Robert kind of pauses and he says, "Oh, very well." He doesn't seem... That seems strange that he would just accept this. Because again, she is not a knight. She's not, to your knowledge, anything of the sort. But we will get all of you to perhaps test a recognized roll. Unless you've already rolled for her, at which you don't have to. But we were going to give a +5 to the one related to her.
Oh, to the one related? In that case, it's still a success, but 4 over 5. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, Carrick knows exactly who she is, and that's not a good thing. Probably.
What was the potential bonus? I missed that part.
+5 for you.
Oh, for me. Yay. I got it.
Nice.
All right. So all of you recognize that she is the daughter of Sir Lycus, who was known as the Wolf. He was in a position of authority in Salisbury a long time ago. He died fighting Saxons, as any good hero would. And she is now the wife of the acting marshal, Sir Virgil. But for the web that Newton Manor sews, there's a little bit more information. You would be aware that she was trained as an esquire up to the point of her father's death.
Oh no.
Or past the point of her father's death. So when her father passed, she continued the training, but obviously was not knighted.
Oh no. I need to roll something.
Oh,
What are you rolling, sir?
stay away from.
And tell us why.
Stay away from my aunt, you little freak.
No, not another lustful. I need to roll a reckless versus prudent.
It's okay, Jarren. He's just going to try and murder her. Wait, hold on. No, let's stop that.
Because it's getting a little boring in the yard here, and I think we need all some juicy topics to talk about at dinner. I think he wants to ask her a question before we get started.
Oh, there is a really good proposed. I don't think you have to roll under this because it's not a trait. But if anyone was concerned with how would my character react to this, if you value station particularly high as a passion, this would be a breach of station for a non-knighted lady of the court to train you at this time.
I want station to get lower. If my station were higher, Helen would not think that she were in the proper place.
It's not just gender.
Well,
it's
less
not
fact
knighted.
that, yeah,
Indeed.
less that she's a lady and the fact that she's not a knight.
Yeah, when we use the word lady, just symbolically we're referring to a formal station in the court versus a dame, female knight.
Oh.
Can't be a lady if you're a dame. Can't be a dame if you're a lady. What is up with this guy?
All right, so did not get reckless. Okay, that means
Why?
Cork will talk about it in private and not
Okay.
here on the yard.
Corrick's such a gossipy bitch. I love him already.
All right. We're going to start at that point. So with that, Lilo kind of readies herself and she puts on her gear. And then she looks to the lot of you and says, I'll be your trainer for this day and the next few days that follow. Are there any questions?
Helen has none. She stands at attention, looking far too serious for her age.
Very good then. We'll start with some simple warm-ups. Everyone to the stables. Find your steed. There's an obvious there's an obvious concern because folks look around. There's this substitute teacher vibe.
Ooh.
Except for when you don't necessarily like have any respect for the substitute teacher. That's the vibe.
I'd like to make a roll if that's okay.
Okay. What are you proposing?
Orate to have Jarren kind of step up and goes, you heard her. Come on. Let's get to the stables. We don't have all day.
I will say that Helen was already moving. She was like going off in a jog. She is
Not for you. You're fine.
Not for
I know
me.
you're fine.
And Cork almost sneers like at the teacher's pet and kind of elbows the squire he's been talking to on the side and points a thumb. But he'll go. There's a few choice comments between them.
I love the get a load of this guy.
Gotta look at this guy. Why is he smiling all the time?
Yeah. Kenrick will walk past Corrick, and so that's not who Kenrick was talking, or Corrick was talking to prior. This is the one that was talking directly to Jarren, and he says, I suppose it's a familial thing, if nothing else.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, you were supporting your aunt. It's only fair.
Oh, well, I'd support anyone in that position, but I think sometimes squires, especially the younger ones, they just need a little bit of extra energy in them. I think it always helps to have somebody who's motivated on the inside to share that with the others.
Oh, exactly. I do hope that we don't have any people being discouraged if there's any favoritism shown today or in the future if she's to be training us.
No, I hope not. I certainly hope not. I'd prefer her to treat me like anyone else, but I'll give it my best no matter what. Say, you two are relatively older as well. Would you be willing to help me out as well? I carry some sway with the other squires, but I imagine the three of us would be unstoppable in terms of getting people moving and listening to orders.
Cork looks at himself and then looks towards the other much older kids and nods. Yeah, I think I could help.
It'll give me something to do.
I'll say Lucius himself is following behind Earl Robert. and is. I think he would lean over and would say, "Correct me if I'm wrong. You're wrong. What would be the correct way to refer to him as an earl? I keep forgetting. Is it your
My
grace?
Earl works. Your grace is for
Uh,
dukes.
my
Majesty. Give me.
Definitely not
Okay.
Majesty. Yeah, I think
You can go with.
Grace.
Yeah, you can go my lord pretty easily.
Yeah.
My lord, correct me if I'm wrong, but she's not a knight."
You guys suck.
Yeah. No, she's not. But I will say this. Last year, in training art, some knight I know, or some squire I know, not me. Not me.
Of course, my lord.
They got mouthy with her. She was filling in for a day, and she proved her skill. Embarrassed the lad.
I see. I shall keep that in mind.
It's not normal, but these are abnormal times. What with
Indeed.
no king and all.
And I suppose she is the wife of Sir Virgil. Suppose that means something.
Yes, it would be much better if he was doing it, but I suppose he's elsewhere without his potential squires.
Indeed. I do share your concern and belief that we should be out there.
Indeed. All right. With that, as everyone gathers, we're going to go ahead and get you to test some things. These are independent at this point. Once everyone has their horse and their tourney spear, as it were, you are meant to, of course, ride and execute on your own. Each of you having a target hung that you are to connect with your spear. So,
Indeed.
what we're going to do, and all of you can do this kind of at the same time, we'll make a montage out of it, but all of you can give me a charge roll, which is limited by your horsemanship. That's a key note. So if your horsemanship is 4 and your charge is 28, your charge is 4 right now.
Actually, didn't know that. I need to improve my horsemanship then.
And yes, that is specifically for a charge on a horse.
Out of
Alright.
curiosity, can we impassion for this?
If you want to, this is warm-ups, I will note you, so it's not so much.
Okay.
If you're particularly worried about making an effort, I would say that's probably going to... If you're going to impassion, I want to tick on proud.
Okay, so I won't this time.
Okay. I'm not trying to just sway you, I just think it'd be like showing
No,
off
good.
in warm-ups, basically. Which is not abnormal, but I think it's worth a tick. Yeah.
Indeed. Oh! Fumble on the first thing. She was too eager. First one to the horses, first one on the ground.
Ooh, a successful hit.
I will tell you what happens here when we get all the rolls in. Okay, so we have a fumble and 2 successes. Did I miss somebody?
You did not roll. He rolled lance, not charge.
Yeah, I didn't have the charge written out on there, so I took my lance, my charge of 14, and subtracted it by 1 because my horsemanship's 13.
Okay, that works.
That's
So
my charge. I'm
3 successes.
editing it now.
One fumble. Okay, so I'm gonna see what this fumble is here. But while we're doing that, we'll get all 4 of you to roll horsemanship as well.
What's going on with this horse?
Oh, you're
already
Helen's having a
happening.
bad day. Oh yes, wonderful. Carrick breaks his neck and dies immediately.
No, because if he does, I do too.
Just
I
dying.
love
Lilo, all the squires are dying.
So for Helen, you aimed 2. Or wait, you succeeded at your charge? Who failed the charge? Who fumbled their charge?
I fumbled my charge and failed my horsemanship.
Okay. Yes. So we'll zoom in on Helen and the start of the montage. We see the spear get aimed too low, and we see it stick in the ground. And for a moment, we watch as Helen pole vaults from the horse in an impressive fashion. I need a dex roll to see if this is something where your spear saves you or if you eat dirt.
Indeed. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Success.
Yeah, you actually turn it into this relatively impressive. We can't make it too impressive. You save complete disaster. You don't suffer damage.
Indeed.
You turn it into a graceful fall where you roll and get back up. But it's still clearly a calamity.
Yeah, definitely. She is quite embarrassed. It doesn't meet anyone's eyes as she runs after her horse.
I think Kenrick laughs at that, seeing that.
Jarren will.
Oh, yeah,
Jarren will. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You first, Zack.
Oh no, Carrick is laughing as well as he's about to screw up, but laughing and pointing.
Jarren's also laughing, but in a much more gentle way, and I think he's gonna ride ahead and try to cut off the horse so that it doesn't get too far ahead of Helen. Just help out.
Got it.
Lucius does not laugh. He is
Okay.
deadly serious.
Thank you.
But the only other failure
That's the kind
other
of-
failure of any kind is the fumble from Carrick. Yes, I see all successes. of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I imagine him starts laughing and then he falls off his horse.
Carrick, your spear point lands exactly how you want, but as you move, because there's the charge and there's a ride through. As you go to move through the ride through, your horse gets spooked for a moment and rears. And you weren't expecting that, and all of a sudden you go flying off the horse. Roll me a d6, good sir.
D6.
Okay. Yeah, you take 1 damage. You put your hand down, and it bends in a little awkward way. It hurts for a minute. It doesn't, and no major damage. You didn't break anything, but you're like, damn it.
Can I make a roll real quick?
Yes. What do you?
I want to make a
propose?
merciful roll and see how it goes. I'm pretty merciful, but it could be funny if I... Okay, on a successful merciful...
I don't think that's
Yes.
merciful. Actually, is it what?
Forgiving?
Forgiving is what I
could
would
be
propose.
forgiving. Yes, let's do forgiving. That's a good point.
You can keep the roll. Yeah, you can keep the roll.
In that case, yes.
Yeah.
On a successful forgiving, I think, despite the jeering and the mocking of Carrick, I think there's still a very red-faced and muddy Helen moving very swiftly. You don't expect... She's 6'3" and 14 years old. You don't expect her to move so quickly, but she is trudging over, and if you will allow it, will offer a hand for you to get back up after that painful fall.
Yeah, Carrick, who is the opposite. He is also 14, but he is still small. He has a lot of growing to do. And he'll take the hand, and after the initial pain of scraping up his arm and bending it, he actually has a smile on his face. And he says, looks like we both bungled that. You had some nice lance work. I think I need a horse from Newton Manor. I don't know if this one's doing me any good.
I think I'd like to blame the horse as well, yes. Still, that's why we have practice. Newton Manor, yes, I know your house.
I think I know yours too. As he looks at it and he nods convincingly, maybe.
Maybe?
Here's some deep lore.
I'm gonna say.
Here's some deep lore. Why don't you give me a recognize roll +3? Because before your time, but we'll see.
+3.
Hey, you got it.
Would have been a crit. We'll keep the crit. I like being merciful when I add an arbitrary +3 and someone rolls the crit.
Yes, it's nice of you.
So you can tick recognize. As you notice the heraldry, you realize that this is the Marshal Edric, who's away in the north, they say, right now. This is his heraldry, and Edric was, in fact, squired by your father.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He squints at the heraldry and says, "Oh, you're related to some of the big knights, huh?"
That's right. My father. And uncle, I suppose. Uncles. But yes, that's right. I grew up hearing tales of not only... Actually, would I know who he is related to?
We're gonna do that
I'll
back at you.
probably... Yeah, let's do it. Recognize. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tales of your father, in fact, Merrick, my father's sire, and your uncle, I believe, Sir Jarren.
But yes, we know what happened to my father, sadly. Jarren, not so much. Hear stories here and there, but I don't know if any's been confirmed. As far as your father, I heard good things. Also heard, and he chews on the thought for a second, very visibly. Maybe I'll tell you later.
Perhaps, yes. You can tell that she knows the kind of things that are said about her father. She's keeping a lid on it, and she'll say, still, I think from what I've seen, we're the younger of the squires here, and we have some practice to do to catch up to the rest. I hope you're all right, and any injury is temporary at worst.
Oh no, this is nothing. And he shows his arm that's bleeding a bit. Usually get these every day. And not during training anyway. But I appreciate the concern, Helen. That's mighty nice of you.
Okay, all on the same side. And I think with that, she, without much more than a nod of goodbye, she will slink off to the horse, giving a nod of thanks to not Sir Virgil, what's your fucking name, to Jarren for cutting off the horse before it could run too far.
Of course. Are you all right? Both of you.
I landed softly, fortunately.
So at this point, Lady Lilo cuts in. Sorry to cut you off. I just wasn't sure if you.
No, perfect.
So Lilo
Nope,
says,
it's good.
"All right, we're gonna get into pairs." And she looks to you all, and she starts assigning pairs. You notice that she doesn't quite care about age. You see her pair up Kenrick and Piers, the two NPC squires we saw. She looks to Carrick and to Helen and pairs you up. And then she cuts over to Jarren and Lucius and pairs you up. All right. And Robert is with another squire who I have not named. We'll just name him now.
There's.
Yes. So another squire.
Where does he go after birth?
Yeah. It's famously proud.
Birthday.
And he's a dance
Got a chase
machine.
to 14, so we'll never know.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, as everyone's paired up, this is going to be opposed skills. We're going to go ahead and set you all. I think these are done in groupings. We're going to start with Jarren and Lucius. We'll give you a minute to interact because you guys are PCs at this point. We'll give you a moment to interact as the two of you get ready to face each other. Just reminders of your ages and stuff as you do just for the crowd, because I think that if there's a huge mismatch, that might very well determine why.
First of all, I have gotten a recognized roll out of the way just to see what Jarren does already know about Lucius here.
Okay, so for Lucius, you're aware that Lucius is the son of Sir Florence, firstborn son, and
Friend of the family.
yes,
Practically my cousin.
Yeah. What you know of Florence is things have been a bit more tenuous with his relationship with Salisbury since the Cornwall invasion of Summerland, and Salisbury kind of siding with the other side.
Also, I think Florence being named an earl
Yes, in Cornwall. That would be a big one.
Cornwall.
Yeah. You might not know that, though. You might not know the Cornwall Earl bit. Yeah, that might be newer. So we'll say maybe no on that one. Or, you know what? You can test intrigue. We'll give you a test on intrigue, Jarren.
Okay. I love
say,
intrigue.
I'm going to say not only does it need to be a success, it needs to be a 5 or greater success. Okay, never mind.
It's a fail.
Okay. So yeah, you haven't heard the bit about the Earl of Cornwall or of Devon yet, which is his formal title, but you know him as a friend of the family and someone that perhaps is divided loyalties right now.
Lucius, it's been a long time. I think we were both a lot smaller the last time we saw each other.
Yes, I would say as much, Jarren. As Lucius looks up at Jarren, presumably.
Yeah, Jarren is 6'1" and 19. He's got a size of 15. He's pretty burly. He kind of grins and he goes, "Oh boy, you haven't changed at all, have you?"
No, it would seem not. And then there's like a brief moment where Lucius goes up onto his toes a little bit, and then realizes it makes no difference, and then just goes back onto the soles of his feet. And he goes,
How have you been?
I hope you have been doing well too. How goes your family?
Everything's going well. Durnford's maintaining its relative prosperity, and Virgil's success is a success for the whole family, so we're happy to see him do so well. It's been an exciting couple of years, certainly, but I'm not worried. I think everybody's really committed to doing their best.
That's good. I've been home for about a year. I've been in Somerset. So it's good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to... I get... Are we about to spar? Is that what's happening?
Yes, you're about to face each other in the charge. A proper exchange of joust. Something that's become
He would offer
popular
his hand, he
lately.
would say, "May the
Yeah,
best squire win."
absolutely. I won't hold back if you won't.
What's very seriously, despite the fact he kind of has like a baby face.
I think Jarren, conversely, being older is a little bit harder, but I think he's also just got permanent smile on his face.
I like Jarren. He's positive.
We certainly haven't had one of those in a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Okay, so with this, you are all properly armored up. This is because these are using blunted lances, of course. So actual damage is half before the protection from the armor even comes in. But you are armored like proper for these. They do not want you guys all dying in the process. We're gonna start with an exchange of charge. The victor gets to deal damage here.
And capped by horsemanship, yes?
Capped by horsemanship.
Huzzah!
Oh,
Oh,
It would have been like even more brutal if it was you failed as a result of.
Corrick's getting in there too.
Yeah, Carrick, you.
Or it comes up
he
behind.
just sees these two people, coming perpendicular.
We'll get you to join in a second. We're gonna do a quick vignette with Helen and Carrick doing the same. Okay, we're gonna get you to roll again. The first pass, you both lean on the prudent side, and neither of you land to connect.
All right.
Not uncommon.
Let's go around again.
Not uncommon with squires. Not terribly. A bit more embarrassing with knights, but not uncommon with squires. Ooh.
Oh.
Hot wheels.
Jarren connects.
Good.
Oh.
Oh, you don't have to roll Lucius on these.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're just doing the exchange with Jarren. Wait, I'm mixing things up.
No, it's Lucius, Jarren.
My mistake. Yeah. So Jarren, you connect. Lucius aims to connect, but the shield takes the... I guess not in the case of a joust, actually. We will say that it glances off the shield for Carrick. For Lucius, sorry. And then for
Lucius, yeah.
For Jarren, 5d6 damage, and then we're gonna half that.
Okay, 5d6. Bada bing.
All right.
18 half.
18 halved is 9. And
Not to knock him off his horse.
is 9 greater than size?
Nope. Size is 11.
You
Okay.
tiny.
You sure?
Okay, so if that was any higher, it might have threatened, but it did not. So we go back to charge. So first point goes to Jarren.
Oh,
You
yes.
do have
Sorry,
the
I was trying to
pass
upload
by.
a photo of myself.
Yeah. You do
Wasn't
have the,
working. Okay.
you do have the
sorry,
ability.
Bob, you're breaking up a little bit for
yeah.
me.
Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you fine.
I can hear you now.
Okay. As you guys, just so you know, as you perform these exchanges, you'll have a few second pass each time by each other if you want to make any shit talking or positive comments. Though there is that moment where you pass each other, where you get back to your proper sides and go again.
How does the ground taste, little man?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's go
Good
again.
to keep going? All right.
All right.
Hot wheels.
Hot wheels indeed.
Charge 11.
Wheels. I can't beat this.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
so
could on a
close,
crit.
though.
Yeah.
So
You were
close to a
very
crit.
close to beating that.
Yeah, Lucius strengthens his resolve, and this time his target is a lot closer, if not for Jarren's connect being more precise and
Knocking him off. Yeah, knocking him
and off target. And 5d6 again for Jarren.
I kept it if it will let me. Come on. Bada bing. Even less that time.
Okay.
Lower.
Okay. Yeah. So still not enough to do any real damage, but 2 points scored for Jarren nonetheless. As we move into.
Come on, guys. I might be rolling a new character, but it's still me rolling damage. I'm not going to get anything.
Yeah. So we go ahead and roll once more.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is your shot, boy. This is your shot, buddy.
No.
Oh.
no. Not with a 12.
Yeah.
I think Lucius is more rattled than he'd like to admit.
Yeah. Okay, so on that exchange, there's no victor, even though Jarren still has the upper hand by 2 points. We move to the next exchange.
Oh, alright. Oh.
This is your chance, pretty boy. Let's do it.
My
If you roll a
chance.
crit here,
Oh, no.
you can
No.
kill him. No.
That's a twice in a row.
All right, Jarren.
Like, Helen's
Yeah.
just wincing.
Jarren, as you go to move through the exchange, you manage to lower your spear a bit, and similar to what Helen just did, you managed to catch the ground with your spear. Just for a second, you lose sight of it, and you are thrown from your horse, losing the
Oh.
exchange. Roll me
I'm
a
starting
dex
a
roll.
trend.
Yeah.
Dex.
Yeah. You
I'm all right.
manage-
I'm all right.
Rolls.
You managed to hold on, but unfortunately that exchange ended with pain.
Ever wondered what it was like to be a bird?
There's some people that look surprised, and Kenrick will actually go over to Jarren and
Lucius
say,
among them.
yeah, you don't have to take it easy on the young ones. It's better if they learn.
Oh, no, sir. That is a good squire. I'm putting up everything I can. I think sometimes we let our expectations fuel underestimation, right?
I suppose so. There's like it's like this guy lost respect from you. You see that meter go down a little bit or whatever.
Kenrick will remember this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all right.
Hey.
When I beat his ass,
Hey,
then
hey,
that's when
hey,
it'll come full circle.
Hey, Jarren calls from distance. Pole vaulting lessons are
Aye.
that way. And he points over to Helen.
Oh, cheers! I forgot which way it was supposed to be.
All right.
Just
With that-
reminding you, it's fine.
Helen looks away, wishing briefly to be anywhere but here.
With that,
One
we
day they'll
move to
forget it all.
Helen and to Jarren.
That day is now.
Or to Carrick, rather. Helen and Carrick.
I love how me doing that random roll has put so much confusion in it, just like Cork would. Cork is
That time is
amazing.
Or
just
calls
me.
out in the middle of the joust.
Yeah. It's just hard for me not to call Zack Jarren in this game, to be honest.
I know.
That's
Especially,
true.
I've targeted you especially too by naming my character also Jarren.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So Carrick and Helen next.
let's see how it goes. Success.
Urge.
Very close to a crit, and I don't want it to be a crit because that could kill us even with rebated weapons.
Yeah.
So, what's the damage? Just regular?
The damage is 5d6.
Excellent. 16 damage halved. Now, Trent made a very good point, which is for
No.
rebated
Nope.
weapons.
This is right out of the book. This is right out of the Gamemaster book. There's nothing like
Oh,
that. It's part of
Gamemaster
the
book.
module. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
It
got
says
you. I'm
clearly
looking at page
halved.
162.
Yep. We're not going to follow
Yeah,
that. We're
alright,
follow
never mind then.
the Crucible, not what it says in the core book.
I get you.
Not for this exchange.
All right.
These are meant to be
16 half to
fast.
8.
And Corrick's size is 12. He's also a little guy, but he holds himself up. He still gets bowed over, I think, a bit on the horse. He wobbles a bit, and he calls out as we're passing. They feed you way too much. How'd you get so big?
Hey. Genetics, exercise. No, genetics? What are we talking about? We're not sorcerers.
Pagan
Uh,
nerds.
Yes. My mother says I'm blessed. My enemies say I'm cursed. There is bloodlust on her face as she engages in exercise, which she is good at.
Okay. At this point, we go for another exchange.
Failure.
Also, failure.
Hey.
You're a little bit more careful to get just right in there at this
Yeah.
point. And
I
neither of you
think-
make the exchange.
Yeah. Helen's trying to win, but not win in a way that hurts. Like not going for the throat or the head, trying to hit just on the torso, but can't.
And I think Corrick he's being very random he's almost waving the lance as he's going to throw off Helen, because clearly she has the reach. But so he's trying a different tactic.
Indeed.
Success, but a low one.
Oh,
Yours is higher.
All right. And then 5d6 for your horse damage. Okay.
Oh,
Half.
13.
Yeah, you get a glance. A point's a point. Bringing us back to 1 to 1.
Indeed. Indeed.
Such
was
a
a good
big
one.
target. Thank you.
You should be having an easier time then.
I did. Did you see? I hit you. Oh, sorry. It knocked you a little senseless there. I'll remind you for the next time.
We're 1 to 1.
Okay.
For now.
Oh, big failure. You got her blood up. She's making mistakes.
That's his intention.
Indeed.
All right.
Another
And
damage.
Another.
Are you?
wonder if
is
he did that
Corrick-
on purpose.
Yeah, is Corrick struggling to? Is this a potential gender thing for Corrick? Is Corrick having trouble really laying into Helen here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he. What? He's just not very good. He's not very good at this. So
Yeah.
he's just pure not very good, and it's a lot of it's luck. And he's all smiles and like pointing fun at how he's barely glancing off of someone who seems to be a better melee combatant.
I think 9, even unhalved, would be completely soaked by regular cloth armor. And I think as the points are called 2 to 1, Helen goes through a couple of math problems in her head, but I didn't hit him. He hardly touched me. Never mind.
Okay. We move into the next round.
Critical. At this, I think she's locking in. And this could hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
All right.
Okay, so this would be... Is it
5
still 4?
9d6. And then it's half.
Okay. 33 damage, halved to 16.
So it's still gonna, you're probably gonna leave the horse. So you might take some damage from that. But 33 half being 16 is, but you fail?
I didn't make my roll though.
Okay, so you'll take 6 from that. And then you'll fall from your horse because I think it's double your, wait, is that double your size?
12 is the size.
Yeah. You're leaving your horse here.
Yeah, he's launched.
Yeah,
He
roll
is a
another
star man.
d6. Yeah. Ooh, 7. Yeah, you hit the ground.
Man waiting in the sky.
You not only are thrown back, but you actually land on your shoulders, roll off your neck in an awkward way, and you have the wind knocked out of you as well as you thud on the ground.
I think Carrick.
You're doing it now.
Jarren starts slaughtering. No, he had a big grin on his face right before he got the lance planted directly into his chest, and he gets launched, and he splats onto the ground, rolling, and he does not move. He lays there.
I think the first couple of moments as the horse slows to a trot is Helen going, "Ha! How's that for a..." And then just looks at the unmoving Jarren, who had landed pretty hard and was already injured, and those close to her would probably hear her mutter a very unnoble-like curse word as she quickly unhooks her stirrups and very quickly moves over to Carrick to see if he's okay.
As you go to do Lady Lilo, you feel all of a sudden, her quarterstaff, which tends to be what they use in the place of the training sword, measures right at your throat.
She stops, but not startled. Kind of like cat-like looks to her.
You don't leave a position of advantage as a knight. Back on your horse.
He could be injured, Lady Lilo.
That will be sought after by squires. Right now, you're in place of a knight. Your horse.
He's my... Yes, lady.
And
yeah, she feels bad about it, but she was given a specific order. Does he look okay? He doesn't look neck bent at an unusual angle. He's not moving.
He's not moving. He's face down, just not moving.
Okay. As it goes a bit longer, Lilo realizes that he isn't moving still. And who's the next youngest amongst the players?
I think I'm the youngest. He's the second youngest. I think it would
Lucius?
be Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be Lucius.
Lucius at what age again for you?
15.
Yeah. She says, Lucius, if you could tend to Carrick, make sure he's okay.
Very well. It's an indignant agreement. And then he just goes over, would look him over. Don't tell me that's what it took to kill you. He just kind of whispers.
The body moves like just a bit, almost like he giggled, but it doesn't move more than that.
Can I do a first aid check?
Yeah.
See how he is. That's a crit.
Nice.
I think with a crit,
Very good.
You one, you can take it. Two, let's figure out. I think you get the sense of what Corrick's up to. I'm not even sure what Corrick's up to here, but I think you'd. Corrick, do you want to explain, perhaps? Is this a feigning?
Yeah, he's feigning. He was hoping it was going to be Helen to approach, but no, he's feigning, and he has. Think maybe he's got a stick that he's going to hold to his gut.
Okay.
That's on the ground. He just pulled a stick, and he's going to, if he's flipped over, say, "Lucius, is that you? I can't see anymore. This is the end."
Lucius just takes the stick off him. Get up and makes it in time.
You
And then he
failed
turns
me.
around and walks off.
What's a miracle?
Like, for a very brief moment, like, Helen sees her life flashing in front of her. She's going to never be a knight. She's going to have to, like, join the monastery as a nun, much like Sir Leo did. And, like, she looks to Lady Lilo and goes, if I have to give up an advantage to make sure that a comrade is safe, never mind, he's fine. Get back on your horse and I'll put that in you for real this time. Sorry, that was improper of me.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, he'll get up and kick some dirt Helen's way with a smile.
Okay, we see much the same happen with Kenrick and Piers. We see, I'm just going to do a single roll for these two. Kenrick is also unhorsed in the exchange.
What a dork.
Of course, Piers is also older. Like it's hard to tell. He's got a boyish face, but there's parts of him that seem like he's probably more Jarren's age or older. It's hard to say. But yeah, he, much to the surprise of everyone, unhorses Kenrick unceremoniously. And then as he goes to check on Kenrick gets back up and he looks at him with a glare and says, I see you've acquainted yourself with harming people on horses. Must come well in the family, huh? And he says, yes, as knights, it's what we're trained to do, right? And Kenrick just looks at Piers and says, whatever dirty tactics he used there, it was successful. Anyways, and he straightens himself up and checks his posture, and then goes on to act like he didn't lose, even though he clearly did. I will note that
He really shouldn't.
Kenrick is
He really
famously
shouldn't
proud.
go so easy on people younger than him. I feel it's setting a bad example for the rest of the squires.
There's only one more test I'm going to do, and that is with Robert. And so we're going to just roll him real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Robert loses 1-3. And he doesn't look very impressed. Now, he was going against a squire a couple years older than him, but he really wanted the victory. Afterwards, though, Robert just nods and says, good effort, good show. And we move away from that scene. Before we continue, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to just a few minutes, be right back, and then we will continue on towards the end of the Crucible. So hold on tight. We'll be back soon.
Of course not. I'm an equal opportunity. Oh, hi.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on from there. We cut to a montage of training with quarterstaffs in the form of swords and hafted and spears and whatever which way you do. Most folks using a shield alongside of it. This prevents any real meaningful damage. I'm going to ask if anyone is wounded at all.
No, sir.
I think we have one, right?
Yeah.
If you would like, Carrick, you could visit Father Brugan at the Abbey of the Rock.
Sure. It gives them an excuse to dally about in the hallways for a bit and get patched up.
Okay. Father Brugan will look at you and says, "Oof, tough day on the field."
Oh, it is really. Did you know we have a half giant as a squire now? It's crazy, really, but I try my best.
Half giant. He ponders. Oh, the tall one. Helen. Yes.
That's yes, Helen.
Takes after her
I
Saxon
believe
mother.
Corey like blinks for a second. Was that? Oh yeah, sorry. For some reason, I completely forgot, and that means Cork forgot, and he nods slowly, squinting his eyes. That's right. That's right. Now it all makes a lot more sense. How did that happen? Do you know, Father Brugan? What? So, how does one marry the enemy?
I'm just gonna test his hate Saxon, which is only a 12.
How racist
Always,
is this priest?
always a great line to hear when one of the characters in your group
Oof.
is half Saxon.
Pretty racist. That looks of it.
And Thomas, how much has your family pushed? Said, have we established whether she's still Wodanic?
She's not Rodanic, officially. She's been fully naturalized. She was married to him by Bishop Roger, I believe.
Okay. I thought so. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
So, quite simply, he would say, there are some that would say that very early on in his father's career, he was taken captive. Some believe he was ensorcelled. But it seems that his captive, or the one who cared for him, the rumors aren't fully clear, but he seemed to keep a fondness for her. And he actually requested it from the king, an acceptance.
So he was captured, and they did unspeakable things. I've heard stories of the Saxons and what they do to those they capture, or pillaging, and is the least of it. So I've heard. And then he marries the captor.
Indeed. I'm not sure where I stand, and by right, she is christened. Whether or not that was true or for show is to be determined, but she has been a loyal subject in Salisbury.
As long as you're loyal to our Lord, that's what they all say. And the 14-year-old kid's getting bored as he's like sitting there getting patched up. Still a half giant though. I'll have to ask her about that.
They say the Saxons came here with trolls, and as this scene pans away, he got a crit because he was impassioned with hate Saxons. We're gonna go ahead and you get 4 health back, sir.
Imagine being so racist that you,
that.
yeah, you do better at your doctoring.
So that takes me from 8 damage to 4. So I'm just 4 down.
Just 4 down.
I did a bloody number on you.
He
You took a
also
little
fell
bit from-
before.
yeah.
Too.
Yes.
He's a bit battered, but he's, what else is new? This is another day in his life.
We see more of this exchange. There's some celebrating. I think those who are quite happy with their position here, you find that happiness. For those that struggle, it's every hour is too long. It's like when you have your last hour at work on your very first job you ever did, and you watch that clock move so slow, just awaiting news. As a couple of days pass, and then you're all in the middle of a kind of simple exchange. A feast. Nothing special, just your average food meant to look after the garrison. And as you're hanging out as a gathering of squires, I'll get everyone to test awareness rolls.
My awareness is quite low. Still success. Nice.
Oh my god, another critical.
Lucius is fucking killing it.
Lucius is truly Florence's son.
Is that wine? Carrick points it.
Dude, get us some wine.
Oh, I got
my
it
god.
too.
That is wine.
That is wine.
Jarren and Carrick are getting drunk off in the corner for a minute. For those that heard it, perhaps you were near the windows and you hear the doors opening. Now it's pretty late in the evening, so that would suggest surprise visitors. And you hear several horses ride in. This is both to Lucius and Helen for now.
An unexpected arrival, she says, turning to the person not getting plastered next to her, Lucius.
I wonder who it could be.
Helen looks around. She's not a partier. She's quite temperate, and she is her father's daughter. Whether she's not eating a lot because of poison fears or because she just wants to remain focused, it's hard to say. But she'll gesture with her head closer to the door and will say, "Do you want to go and check it out?"
Lucius looks over. He nods. And he would look around as he stands up from the ground.
Yeah. I think Helen will too, large form, moving over to see what the ruckus is, the hubbub, the hullabaloo.
As that's happening, we're going to give Carrick and Jarren an intrigue -5 roll.
Oh boy.
This is because you're
You guys have been
fumble.
told you need to look after the younger squires. And then you look around, they're fucking gone.
Carrick is pretty good at intrigue, but he would have.
Would have crit.
I would have crit on yours too.
This wine. Good thing they left this wine out. It's
Oh.
ours now.
All right.
As a
yeah,
19-year-old, I've only been drinking beer for 19 years, you guys.
why don't you both give me an indulgent test?
Carrick isn't very indulgent, but when he sees an opportunity, he always goes for it. So
I'm so in, boys.
Carrick, you can test temperate.
temperate.
Yeah.
Oh,
to
man.
much to your frustration, you're not able to enjoy the wine as much as you want.
He's younger, right, than
Yeah.
Jarren, right?
Yes.
So maybe the idea of getting his hands on wine is much better than actually drinking the wine. He takes a large gulp and immediately gags on it. This isn't bad, is it? This is like the wine they drink everywhere.
It's to Liam.
Is this normal wine?
What?
Does it taste good? Is this how it tastes?
Are you talking to me?
Oh, here, wait. Got you another cup. Here you go. He's pouring another cup for him.
I mean, Thank you. We have a vineyard on our property, and we produce some of the nicest wine that gets given to Sarum. You know, the Count? No. The Earl? No. The Earl's mom drinks our wine all the time.
It must be amazing. Pours more into his cup.
I don't know. I haven't had it before. This is my first time.
Oh, Carrick has a huge smile on his face, but we could probably cut away.
Yeah, perfect. So we
I'm
cut
just
away
saying,
from
they
that
might
scene.
be aged squires, but
And as we cut away from that scene, we cut to Helen and Lucius, and we'll get you both to roll a recognized roll for me.
let's do it.
You can add +3.
Still would have been a failure.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Heraldry coming in. Definitely Knights from Salisbury. You're not able to recognize the individual heraldry as it comes in. It's led by a figure with a gold shield, a red rectangle across it, and a black hand or black gauntlet in a fist.
Ominous.
And they ride forward. They start to dismount, and it looks like they're gonna pass right past you. The guards step aside, seem to know who this is, as the figures move into the castle proper towards Robert's, the Earl's wing. So it's like Robert and his sister and his mother would all be there.
I
I think
think,
Lucius is gonna follow. He's gonna sneak.
yeah. Helen would make a curious glance towards. Oh, I'm so sorry. What's your character's name again? Towards Lucius, but seeing that he's already moving, she has no idea who these people are. She will follow as well. Nothing she likes more than knowing things, except being good at stuff.
I'm gonna give the two that are enjoying their drink. No, we're not gonna give Jarren. Yeah, we will. Just in the off chance, you can make a test awareness or intrigue -5. Both of you. This isn't because you're drunk, by the way. This is because of the fumble. Is the -5?
A little tipsy. Just a little tipsy.
So Jarren
I'd
and
have taken you with me, but you were
Correct.
having so much fun.
Whee!
No, we're having way too much fun.
Okay.
-5.
Please have the drunk person.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Bada bing.
The two of you are still enjoying yourselves in the mix, but we'll give you some basic awareness rolls -5 as well. Here, I'll be a little
Well, that
merciful.
will make my awareness 0. What does that mean?
You roll a
You
d20
have
if
to
you
hit
get a
a
1, great. So, same with Jarren, awareness -5.
Not
See,
at
if I were
0.
rolling intrigue, I'd be doing okay.
1.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Ooh.
Okay.
I just think that everybody's trying so hard here. I'm so proud of them.
Oh, that would have been a critical as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Just gonna check something. Wait, it'll be 3 minutes that the other folks are interacting before you realize they're gone. So in 3 minutes, we'll note that the other squires seem to have slinked away. We check in. We see a knight with a big bushy beard, heavy set, and he takes his. He was still wearing armor, so he lessens it as he gets the audience with the king. How are we going to snoop Lucius and Helen?
I think Helen will shy away from actually slinking in the shadows into the room. She'll try and eavesdrop and see if the voices can carry through the stone halls and see what she can hear without getting too close.
Okay.
Lucius is a sneaker. He's sneaking through the shadows.
He's gonna sneak. Okay. I will give. Let's start with Lucius. You can give me an intrigue roll, and should you pass it, you'll get a +5 to your dex roll.
All right. Intrigue. Nope.
Okay. Failure, not fumble. You're just rolling dex flat.
Success. On 13. Okay. He's dexterous. He's
You managed to keep to the shadows, not really able to navigate these halls. Perhaps you haven't been here in these halls enough to know certain places to hide and such, but you get a bit closer. We're going to give Lucius an awareness +5 now to overhear the conversation, and we're going to give Helen an awareness roll -3.
Indeed.
Ooh.
I'm going to be unlikely to hit this. I have no passions that make sense here. Oh, very close.
If only we swap roles.
Yeah.
I will allow you to push that awareness, Helen, if you wish. Doing so.
Say that one more time.
I will allow you to push that and re-roll that if you absolutely wish, but it would turn the fumble or a failure into a fumble.
Let's see. I've got a 10% chance of succeeding. Let me do the math here.
Well, you hear the muffled voices, but you can't quite make out what they're saying.
Yeah.
For Lucius, you hear the voices. You hear Ellen's voice, and she says, Sir Bar, what have you to report? King Nanteliad has fallen. The one they call the Winter Prince is falling. The army has retreated. And you hear Robert's voice say, What? What of Virgil? Where's Virgil? Why are you here without Virgil? And Bar says, We rallied after the retreat. Virgil has taken several convoy with him. They've spread out over the land. They're defending against the raids. Ellen says, Raids? How close are they to the rock? How close are they to Sarum? Bar, keeping as professional as he can, he says, That is uncertain. I've never seen so many Saxons in one place. I would suggest that our lack of cooperation, or that's not the right word, he says. We haven't been pandering to them as of late. I would expect retribution. We are a symbol to them now. If Salisbury breaks, Logres would be next. Robert can be heard swearing after that. And at this point, some guards exit, or some of the knights that were with Bar exit the room and walk right by Lucius, who isn't seen at this moment. But you feel like you might be compromised if you sit here too long. You got what you needed. Do you want to linger, or what do you want to do, Lucius?
I think he would linger. He wants to hear what else is going to be said.
Okay.
He's pretty suspicious. He's
Yeah.
Suspicious 13.
You can hear it. You pause. There's loud noises from those knights leaving. And then you can hear Bar's voice again. And he says, During the retreat, some of the knights spoke of an artifact. They called it the Adventurous Shield. They say it was watched over by a guardian angel. and none may remove it from its sanctuary for longer than 3 days. I saw Merlin. Myra. And you can hear Robert's voice. He says, Merlin, what does the pagan want? What is he doing? And Bar says, I can't be certain. He looked calm, though. For all the chaos that was around us. For the collapse of everything he helped build. He seemed calm. That's where it ends. You don't get too much more information. You get some of the details about... It sounds like, oh, you know what you'd probably get? There's one more mention, we'll say. Florence did fight for the enemy. And that's where Robert's swearing kicked in.
Yeah.
I knew it. That traitorous son of a bitch. He was after your hand the whole time, Mother. I told you.
I think on hearing raised voices, Helen absolutely thinks that he's been discovered.
Yeah, at that point, Lucius would make his exit.
Oh, Lucius, I thought they spotted you.
No, it's much worse.
What is it? Let us make our way back to the hall. So that we are not
It's
missed.
the battle. The Saxons
What?
won.
But King Nantiliad marched with all of us, with our allies.
King Nantiliad is dead.
This is not good. Nantiliad had the largest army and the largest kingdom in Logres. And with Saxons now tasting blood in the water, there will be more attacks to come.
They've already begun raiding. But there might be something. They spoke of some sort of artifact. Adventurer's shield?
An adventurer's shield.
It's possible this might be something that could be used to, well, protect Sarum in some way.
I've never had much stock in tales of magic, though I know it to be true.
There has to be
Let
something
us-
we can do.
There has to be. More than just waiting here and training to serve a country that is right now being destroyed, being attacked by Saxons, being overrun.
There's no way they'd let us go on our own, not without some sort of...
You have an idea?
We'd need to convince either those who are willing to help or maybe even easily manipulated. Maybe someone you don't think of as being generally that bright. I think
I
I know
will
just the
say
people.
I may as well. And a sly
We cut
smile
back.
comes on. Yeah, exactly.
There's a grin between the two as we cut back.
Okay. We cut back. Do you guys return to the hall, or should we skip forward? Is there something you want to
I
share?
think we return back to
Yeah, we
Okay.
do.
Okay. So at this point, we'll say that everyone other than Kenrick, Piers, and these two have left. Kenrick, they can be a bit of a dick out on the field. He doesn't spend all his time being a jerk to everybody here. In fact, he probably rather likes Carrick and Jarren. A little bit of respect lost there, but still there. But as the young ones come back, he says, I think Kenrick observed them leave, and he says, what the hell did you two get up to? And that's when Carrick and Jarren, you realize that they just returned.
Carrick sees the two return and there's this big smile that gets on his face, and he whispers something to his new buddy, Jarren, old buddy, bestest buddy now, and he whispers, "They went off to
You wouldn't
kiss, didn't
believe-
they?
What? Who?
Those two, see? Oh, you see it on their faces."
Dread masked quite well, but Dread played lame.
That does look like most women that I know when they go off alone with men. How much do you know about the kissing? Because I don't think you know as much as you think you do.
I think I could learn from them. Could you get them to be my teacher? How about you ask them now? Actually, it's a good time.
I think Kenrick. Is Kenrick
Yes,
close to
no,
you
no.
too?
Yeah.
Is Kenrick close to the two of you guys?
Yeah, Kenrick could probably
Yeah.
overhear. Carrick is intentionally being loud with his whispering because he wants to draw attention to the two just coming back.
Yeah.
You're trying to
you-
trick me.
Before that is
is-
Jared is talking and he
yes.
says, "I don't know what you think, Kenrick, about kissing or whatever he said there." Kenrick will say, "I could understand why you might. Some people call your Uncle Uther these days."
Who? Virgil?
Yeah, the whole affair, the scandal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He looks
I think-
defeated as he realizes the joke didn't land.
For the
I
second
think-
time with Kenrick.
I rolled an orate roll because I'm a little drunk and I get a +5 to it, which actually is a shame because I would have crit. But I rolled an orate roll, and I think what I'd like to use that on right now is playfully telling him a story about Virgil in a way that takes the slight and turns it on its head. You know what I mean? I want to talk circles around this guy with the orate with a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helen is very glad to see Kenrick's attention off of her. She had a lie. The lie was going to be, we went outside to see what a commotion was and then enjoyed the night air. But she didn't need to say that. How loud was Carrick? Loud enough to be overheard by Helen?
Not loud enough because he was whispering, trying to instigate other people to be
Good.
loud. So if you guys are approaching at this point, he stops
Yes.
the insinuation.
He says, "Where the hell were you?" He doubles down on the inquiry.
Oh no. With
go
the
back.
diatribe not being bitten, Helen will say, "We heard a commotion outside, a lot of horses arriving. We went out to see what was going on and walked around the courtyard for a short time before coming back."
Commotion.
There were many horsed knights arriving.
Are they back from the war?
Did we win already?
It's
I
hard
bet
to
my
say.
uncle showed them what for.
It's very hard to say. It seemed like an advanced group more than anything. There were only a handful.
Does anyone have an honor? Do Lucius or Helen have an honor of 16?
Have a what?
Repeat that.
Honor of 16.
I have an honor of 18.
15.
I will note, I'll give you the option if you say that, which is an inherent lie based on the knowledge you have, right? Because you do have the knowledge of what happened. That'll be an immediate
right.
reduction to 17.
Fair enough. 18 honors
Of your
good.
so your honor, your private honor will drop, and then later that can turn into public honor if things get exposed.
Got you. In that case, I did not hear what happened. They were not pleased. They arrived in a hurry. But of obvious reasons, I was not there.
If they're not happy, does that mean they need squires to tend to their horses and their equipment? There are plenty other. Look at all these squires here that are ready to go help them. And he points around the room.
I don't actually know if they brought their own squires. They probably did. But Helen will say,
You saw some
maybe,
squires.
yes, the squires came with them. Carrick, I actually wanted to speak with you quite briefly, privately, about something.
Carrick is gonna shoot Lucius a raised eyebrow and a smirk. Oh, of course, of course. We want to go out the same way you guys came in?
The courtyard will do fine.
Of course. And Quark will.
Horse? Where's a horse?
I'll be back, Jarren. Don't worry. There's a little bit more wine left right there. And he pushes a cup forward across the table. But we're out after that, so.
I should probably pace myself. You're getting a little drunk.
Little.
We move to the courtyard scene.
We'll add.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Lucius has snuck off away from the others.
Yeah.
Attempted to find a priest.
Indeed. Carrick, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. First, to apologize for my heated words earlier today on the training field.
He blinks for a second. Your what words? Oh, that. No, it was all in a bit of fun, right? We're training, and you did land a pretty good hit. I was winning, and then being a half giant thing. I get it. You're very strong, you're very talented, but I'll beat you eventually.
That's a good spirit, and I'm glad you have that motivation. But that's why we train, and I'm glad we see it in the same way. I'm an 8th giant, I should say. I actually wanted to return that compliment. You two are talented, and I've noticed in the way that you hold yourself, you are of an age with me, but you're quite clever, and I know that you see things in a little bit the same way that I do. Being here is useful, of course. We're getting practice, we're learning how to properly be squires and later knights, but there's more that we can be doing.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, Helen. I appreciate how you view me. I'm not ready. Listen, I'm not ready for that kind of relationship, and I'm not sure if it would work.
No, forgive me. I in no way meant to intimate that was what I was. Forgive me.
Okay.
You and I are both far too young. Forget that I said this. The point is that I've heard stories about something interesting happening outside of Sarum that might be useful. And I will be entirely honest. We've lost the battle at Netley Marsh, and numerous Saxon raiders coming in various places. But I've heard a rumor that the Knights do not want us to know about. That thing.
So Quark
And another thing. Yes.
had a smirk on his face, like he usually does.
Yes.
And it just drops because that is a huge piece of horrible information.
Yeah, it's why, and she will nod and say, you can see why I was careful about saying so inside the hall.
But why are we all sitting and eating and drinking, and why aren't we sounding the alarm? Why aren't we telling everyone?
As far as the squires, there's very little that they can do officially. They will go to their knights, will rally, go to garrison duty. My knight in particular is unlikely to leave Sarum at any rate. And for that I cannot fault him, he is Chamberlain. But I have seen some of your character. I know that you don't mind too much about what they think of you, or what others think of you, perhaps. And I know that you might be willing to do something that others would not. For I have heard tale of an artifact, something of mystery that could be helpful. Anything is better than doing nothing, I will admit. And we can either be shining armor here and doing exercises which are useful, perhaps, if repetitive, or we could do something of import. I want to investigate tales of this adventurer's shield. And I feel that you have the right mix of rebellion and cunning that will lend itself well to it. Also, I don't want to talk to the elder people about that because they might turn me in.
You need some cunning and brains, I see, for finding a mystery shield, an artifact of some legend, I'm sure. We've come to the right place. However, I have a couple questions. First, what the hell is an adventurer's shield? What?
Presumably a shield. You are familiar, of course.
Do we
It is
adventure
something
with
that
it?
you put between you and...
Oh, yeah, funny.
Oh,
But,
yes, forgive me.
but adventure what we don't need to adventure, right? Sounds fun, but we have Saxons outside the walls right now.
If it is magic, it may hold the power or the key to do something greater than any one of us could alone, with a regular shield and a blade. We could either use it ourselves or even give it to the Earl for him to wield for a counterattack.
That's fair. The Earl is going to need a magic shield if he's going to stay off of his ass, seeing how training went, but...
Of course, I couldn't say. I think he comported himself very well against an older opponent.
Do you know where this shield is?
No.
That narrows it down. All right.
I can say that it is likely along the path from Netley Marsh to here, given that it was told to the Earl most likely by those that returned from it. Unless they traveled a path which is unknown or unusual, it is likely along that line.
Okay, and all right. Who else is joining? This can't just be a two-person thing. Clearly, if we're going to do this right, we're going to need a few more.
Lucius is the one who actually heard all of this. He was remarkably light on his feet. I could only hear muffled voices. But I had imagined your new friend would have been very useful. Not only is he of an age quite near a knight himself, adding an element of legitimacy, he is very well skilled and, quite frankly, incredibly genial. He is very friendly. I admire that greatly. I think that he would, A, agree, and B, it would be good to have him along.
The biggest heart. Jarren has the biggest heart and the drunkest heart tonight. So I think it's a good choice. Now, we're gonna need some equipment, some horses if we're gonna be traveling, especially any kind of distance. I could procure a few.
Oh, bugger, that's theft, isn't it? We're going to have to find a way around
borrow.
this.
Borrow. Theft is such a harsh word. We're just borrowing, and we're saving everyone here with this shield.
That makes sense. Yes. Let's see what we can do if we can get everyone together and agree. We can figure out how we can procure the equipment that we will need for the journey. And depending on where it is, we will have to find it, we will have to get it, and we will have to bring it back, and hopefully do so before Sarum is attacked by Saxons, because then our absence will definitely be noticed.
I agree, and it's going to be noticed quite immediately if we don't do a couple things. But you're right, we need to find this group. We have to have a name for our group, so we'll have to decide on that and then plan our escape.
You can plainly see that Helen is very much out of her depth, but she's also famously energetic and famously valorous. Like, you would have seen that about her. Like, reckless, she can go either way, but she wants to do something. Yes, let's gather what we can, see what we need to do, and perhaps this will not be necessary, and we'll be called to more specific action by tonight. After all, if the Earl knows about this and many of the knights returning, we may have duties, but if we don't, if they intend to keep us here and simply carry water up and down a hill and occasionally do simulated jousts, I think we can be put to better use by actually serving our county.
You got quite the big brain in that big body, Helen.
Thank you. She like frowns but mused, like looking down.
And yeah, he'll just smirk and nod to head back in.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end that scene.
We cut over to, I think it'd be interesting. Do you think Jarren probably goes to pee in like outside or something? Not like outside the walls, but you're muted. You're muted.
Hey, I'm just waving myself here.
Yeah.
I was thinking about starting the scene by saying that he was gonna go and rinse his face to try to sober himself up a little bit.
Okay, maybe somewhere relatively public.
Yeah,
You know what?
like
We
a
can say in your
little trowel
quarters.
somewhere.
Yeah, we'll say maybe you go to your quarters.
That works.
And I'll get you to do just an awareness roll flat.
And the assassins get me, I see.
Okay. You hear, as you're washing your face, you hear knocking, and you realize it's not at your door, and you hear a door open up across from you. You remember that that's where Carrick stays. That's his quarters. And you hear, wah, 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 wah. You can't hear much past that.
Clearly someone's talking, and they must be talking to me, so I'm gonna try to see if I can hear a little bit better here.
Yeah. What's your goal, or how are you going to go about hearing better?
It's a great question. I'm trying to tell if him being a little bit tipsy would void his common sense that listening at the door is a faux pas. But I think it's going to start with just him trying to move himself into a position where he can hear a little bit better.
Okay. You are in your quarters, right? So you probably have the safety of your door. It'd be hard for someone to call you out and then unless you run into the door. Let's maybe just for entertainment purposes with you tiny bit tipsy, where I give you a dex roll just flat and we'll see if you kind of knock into the door. Okay, yeah. There's just a little and you hear the noises stop for a second. A long second. And then they continue. And he said, you hear Kenrick's voice, he says, "What do you mean return to West Lavington?" He says, "Sir, your brother, a lad, he did not make it in the battle. You're to return home." And he's, "But I have training and duties to do here." He says, "Sir, you're now the Lord of West Lavington. You're to return home." He sounds still annoyed. Like, it doesn't change. It doesn't sweeten the pot. He says, "Christ, very well." And you can hear, like, the door shut. Anything you want to do with that?
Yeah. I think Jarren's going to stumble out of his room and knock on his door.
Okay. Yeah, after the guards leave kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. You hear him say, "What now? I already told..." And he opens the door and sees you. He's expect to see the guards. And he pauses. "Oh,
Oh, apologies, but I was in my quarters and I overheard a little bit. I wanted to tell you that I'm very sorry, and though it's not my place, I wanted to say that you've already proven that you're going to be a fine knight, and you have nothing to fear about missing any part of this training for your duties.
Do you know what the hell happened with the war?
No, I've been having a fine evening, so I haven't noticed if there's a... People have been acting strange, but I think regardless of what happens out there, what matters is what happens in here. He kind of like taps his chest.
Right. Very well then. I appreciate it. And make sure that whoever trains you from here on knows that I'd much rather be here than returning back home.
If it helps, I'd much rather you be here than returning back home too, but what was it that I said that first day? We serve where we're needed.
Then, thank you, he says. And you can tell those words. It was
Jarren
like it took every effort in the world to use those two words paired together in the same comment.
Jarren smiles. He doesn't seem to notice. I think he puts out his hand for a Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he would extend it.
And thank you. I look forward to seeing you again in armor someday.
Someday soon. And with that, the scene changes. And we cut to Lucius, who snuck away. Where'd you go, my friend? You're muted.
He went
Report to the
find a
Saxons.
priest.
Yes.
Oh no.
You find Father Brugen, the same one that healed. Who knew he would get this much airtime? Father Brugen is the one that healed Corin earlier.
Father Brugen, may I ask you some questions?
That is, teaching is one of my calls in life.
Have you heard any stories about something called the Adventurer's Shield?
No. Give me an intrigue test.
He had to think about that one for a second.
Intrigue. Let's see how this goes. Nope.
Okay. Something's off. That was a long pause. You're trying to weigh what that might be. Maybe a lie. Why would he lie, though? Can't really come up with the reason.
Could probably come up with a reason.
Yeah, so what's your reason? Lead with it.
I think you know what? I think because he failed the intrigue, so he's probably heard that my father's a traitor and suspects me of something. I'll show him.
Keep your secrets.
I'm gonna break the rules for our side. I'm gonna steal some horses and leave in the middle of the night.
He goes, I see. So you haven't heard anything at all about any kind of shield or anything?
Can't say I have. Perhaps a tale one day.
I see. Thank you for humoring me in my questions, Father.
I'm gonna check his spiritual here. Oh god. Okay. He says, wait. I'm torn with how to answer. There was a knight in here earlier. He was...
Was it Sir Ba?
No. It was not. And in fact, I cannot tell you who it is. That is the one thing I cannot do in confession. However, he made mention of his time in Escavalon over in Gales. It seems that he was in service to King Ninteliad. It seems that something very bad happened on the battlefield in Wessex or wherever it took place. Ninteliad did not make it. As the one in best position for High King, it seems that opens the playing field a bit for King Carrick of Wessex, the last living son of Vortigern. Now, the shield was mentioned. This knight mentions a visit to Ninteliad from the Merlin. The knight says that the Merlin bade. The request was for him to quest for the Adventurer's Shield. Whatever this artifact is.
Did he mention where it was?
No. No, he did not.
You sure there isn't any stories or legends or anything?
None that I know. There are some more educated than I. Perhaps a visit to the living saints and gals. Or perhaps you can simply find Merlin. He says jokingly, he says, "Oh, I wouldn't advise it. He is the son of the devil and he has been known to steal children."
I'm not a child, Father.
Let's hope that he does not steal your child when you have one.
Thank you, Father, for your honesty.
I wish I could help more, but I've sworn against any detail that would reveal the one confessing or the matters of their confession.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Unfortunately, much to Helen's disdain, you are in fact called upon for the next few days to do the most
Damnation!
menial things to assist the staff for an overwhelming amount of welcome in, Raiders, for the most menial of tasks that the squires have to do. For those listening in, we are playing Pendragon 6th edition, the Crucible, and we are being some knights in the Arthurian times, or squires for the moment. They're playing youngins for their next time. Let's hope I got that right. Okay. So the tasks involve everything to support the staff around the castle instead of anything useful. You still get your training time, but then there's no downtime. And I want everyone to test your energetic roll over the next few days. Just one time each. Once period for each of you.
Oh, this is torture.
That is a success on energetic. She is her father's daughter. Hey, good on you, Carrick.
Quirk didn't like it.
And
He
Jarren.
doesn't like this. He likes his off time.
It's plain to see how irritated Helen is getting by the lack of motion, because of how damaged the training equipment is getting. As she's like going on the pels, the straw is fraying.
Okay.
Liam, did you roll?
I did not.
So after
I
the
did not.
next several,
I don't think you guys have briefed him yet, so we'll see what happens.
It's still be
Okay.
energetic.
Energetic.
All right. So in the next few days, I think Lucius, you're just worn out by all the activity that is meaningless. A lot of you conspire to go, and every chance you get to potentially take off is another chore that needs to be errand after. You learn that Barr has left again with a couple of conroy, to go meet up with Sir Virgil. It seems that they are preying upon the lower half of the Bourne River and the manors that are there. In one of the days, in the early afternoon, as you work away, I'm going to get everyone to give me an awareness test.
Awareness checks.
Off by
That's a
one.
critical, baby.
Good critical. Let me record that glory.
Okay.
Is that more wine?
Perhaps Carrick and Lucius are more inside the walls proper, like inside the castle. And I think Jarren's the only one who succeeded in critted. So
Yeah. They're making me haul wagons of hay.
So with that crit, Jarren, you're outside and you smell burning. And perhaps it's that time when you were younger where manors nearby were lit on fire, but it smells like something big is going up. There's a distinct smell between that and a minor campfire nearby. And with the plume of smoke, you see something is on fire. What do you do with this news, Jarren? All right. Liam?
Yes, Captain.
What do you do with the knowledge? Did you hear the bit about the smoke?
I did. For some reason, you said Jarren, and I thought you were talking to Zack.
You have been hoisted by your own petard. You
I've
named
done
your
it to
character.
myself. Okay, give it to me one more time. Yeah. Something's on fire. I know that, but give me the first bit.
There's a big plume of smoke. You know that it's somewhere outside the walls of Sarum. Something somewhat nearby, because of your critical,
Okay.
is on fire. And this is big. Like, whatever it is, rather big. The fire
Policy would typically be to alert people to start shouting.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's the play then. But Jarren's going to start calling out. He goes, fire over the wall, north side, fire! And start finding ways to make as much noise as possible, get the guards' attention.
We will get I won't even make rolls. I think all of you become alert to the fire. And I think people begin to gather up in the castle. One for protection, or on the walls, right? One for protection, two to see the source of this. Why don't we, for sake of ease, just to get you all here, why don't we have all of you meet up in the castle? And you're at one of the best vantage points. There's crowds of people trying to look out the windows to see where this is coming from. Knights and squires, ladies, servants, everyone is curious. This is that typical ambulance watch.
I got a quick question for you, Bob. Can I roll a battle check and see if this is anything strategically that I may have learned over the years? Is this a prelude to an attack?
I'll give you that. It doesn't seem like it. Not inherently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things don't start just set flame without a rainstorm or without dry weather. What on earth could have done such a thing?
Saxons.
I don't think so. Possibly, but we're pretty deep into Salisbury territory for it to be Saxons, and even beyond that, There's not really a strategic advantage to setting the forest on fire there, not even as a distraction. The sightlines are too vast on the other directions.
What is getting set on fire? Is it a manor or is it a swathe of forest?
Yeah, so it's hard to see with the smoke. You don't have a great vantage point. What you might be able to rely on is your navigation of Salisbury. I'm going to go ahead and give you a folklore roll or battle -5. Folklore, if you're from Salisbury, folklore can be +5 to determine what that might be. So Carrick passed.
Critical.
Critical
for
Helen.
Yeah.
Folklore +5.
Oh,
Big bonfire. Someone's having a big bonfire.
Big fire.
Huge
It's a big
party.
fire.
yeah,
Ooh, what?
that is Carrick. Yeah, you don't know what that place is, neither do you, Lucius. For Jarren, like Jarren and Helen, you both come to the same conclusion. You're aware that, sorry, I'm just looking for the name of it. That is likely Wilton Market Town, which is, you remember being within a couple a couple of hours ride or less. Like, it's not clear for Jarren how far that is away, but for Helen with the crit, that's like a 5-mile distance from Sarum's walls. Which means if that's
It's
true,
not a
the Saxons
castle.
are close. Now, you know that the knights
Yeah.
rode off to Wessex. That was what you heard. So why are the Saxons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wilton Market. That's what's being burned. A lot of wooden buildings, 5 miles from Sarum. Most of our knights would be on patrol or with patrol elsewhere or with the muster coming back from Wessex. These are raiders, sent out, seated, hard to chase down even with knighted forces. My mother, no matter. Wilton Market is being attacked. That's what that is. And she will gesture out the arrow slit to the plume of smoke.
That makes sense. They'd keep a lot of supplies there, food, things for foraging, but not anything of strategic value enough to have it be heavily guarded. That's a pity.
I have to. A pity indeed. People are dying. I will inform my sire, the Chamberlain, and see what response can be made.
As you go to turn, that someone else has entered, and it's Robert. His mother's kind of chasing after him. So it's clear he's been alerted to the smoke, and probably his mother was urging him to be cautious, and he's just marching in front of her as quickly as he can. This boy of 16, the boy Earl, as he approaches.
Yeah. I think Helen, because she has information, will bow and say, "My Earl, Wilton Market is aflame, likely attacked by something, probably Saxon
Wilton
raiders."
Market? That's 5 miles from here.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Barely a few hours' ride.
That place. That's where we get a lot of our supplies. Do we know that it's Saxons? Is it Saxons? Or are we assuming?
I'm assuming. That's what they do. Just this year, Saxon raiders attacked something as deep as Winterbourne Stoke. They travel in small numbers and burn what they can. But I don't know for certain.
Do we... My pardons. Do we have scouts? We could learn to see. Do we have scouts? Corrick looks around like a scout should appear around a corner.
One of the knights who's nearby says, "We have sparse of them. They're currently scattered across the county." And yeah, go ahead.
There are many people there and a precious few of fighting age and ability that are not with the muster. If it is Saxons, the Saxons are famous for ambushes and strikes against undefended territory. They will not be ready for a combined attack by what knights we have here, and people are in danger. I know it is far beneath my station, but
Not a bad
they
idea.
are there.
Go ahead.
I don't know. If I wanted to draw defenders out of a very nice castle with all sorts of defenses, I'd make a big fire you could see from miles away, and I'd draw them out.
It's true too.
The Countess Ellen at that point says, Listen, my son, to the young squire from Newton Manor. He speaks of caution and truth. Robert grunts. Yes. That's it. Knighthood or no, everyone, gather your armor, your saddles. We make for Wilton Manor.
Yes, my lord. And she is off like a fucking rocket.
And as you go, you can hear him saying something about I'm tired of being under Saxon boot. We will deal with it directly. And with that,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and put a to be continue on there. When we come back next session, we will be concluding the Crucible, followed by a brief break, and then we will continue from the eyes of those who are in Netley Marsh. For those who are watching this as part of Netley Marsh, as part of the Crucible, just know that you can continue on with this era and you'll be able to continue to follow these characters. But if you're watching from the point of Salisbury Anarchy, during the period of Anarchy, you can go ahead and just continue to watch Salisbury Anarchy through our podcast. Now we're going to go ahead and do some outros from everybody, and then we will close. We'll start with you, Thomas.
Hello and goodbye. I have been Thomas, playing Helen of House Winterbourne Stoke, a squire who is getting quite a bit restless and is very happy that we are going to be saving people and doing glorious combat. But yes, that's me. I do not have any other projects, and I exist only in the projects of some of these lovely people. That's me. Over to the rest of you.
And Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. Lots of fun things on there, such as shitposting, memes, updates on whenever we go live as projects, well as new projects we are always working on. I have been Mark, aka The Cat's Meow. You can actually check me out on my own channel, The Cat's Meow Show, where I run a few tabletop games myself, including a vampire game called House of Tremere that is currently wrapping up towards its end. I also have a few new series that'll be released in the coming weeks, probably starting around next month. As well, you can actually catch me tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST, as I will be live with some Shadowrun, the video game. Join me there if you want to hang out. Ooh. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. Today, for the first time ever, I got to play my darling little boy, 19-year-old, whatever, same thing, Jarren the Lesser. It's been really exciting, vibrating with anticipation to eventually play this character. I was there when he was born, and I'm so glad. And it was so easy to fall into what his vibe is, more so than most characters. Please do come check us out next week. I'm really excited to wrap up this storyline, and very delighted to have Zack in our regular lineup now, too.
Awesome. And we move to Zack.
And Zack is so thankful to play with these awesome people. It's been too long since I've played some knights. In the past, I played Jarren, just the normal Jarren, and it's hilarious. We're going to have to get used to the namings now, though, for sure, because I pipe up every time I hear Jarren, and it's like a reflex now. But I played Carrick, who is another member of Newton Manor, and he's a rascal. and he's a 14-year-old rascal. He has some growing up to do. He's not. We'll see which way he grows, or if he grows at all, he might just die here pretty soon.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's been a blast playing. I also play over in Mark's game at the Cat's Meow with the Tremere. That is also getting very tense and just a blast to play in. So come check us out.
All right. Excellent. And so this is the cast for this game. I'm Bob. I GM here, Sundays in Salisbury, Tuesdays in Summerland, and Fridays in Gales. We mentioned Ninteliad. There's a game set over there in Gales. We mentioned Summerland because of Mark's character's Squire. This is a connected, or Mark's character's Knight, rather. These are in a connected world. It's a connected world full of things that overlap, set from the life of Uther Pendragon forward to the death of Arthur. We have played through 25
now? Pretty close.
28 years now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We have played through 28 years of the campaign. When we started, the current characters are on screen, at least some of them, they played their characters like uncles and aunts. These characters' fathers were all 11 years old at the time we started playing, and now we're playing that next generation, next full generation of characters. Or, sorry, maybe not 11, 15 years old would have been the right answer. But yeah, this is Pendragon. We're playing through the Great Pendragon campaign. It's a game about generations of knights and going from an era of might makes right to an era of might for right. And we're right in that transition stage. So if you like what you saw today, please follow us and check us out on any of those three nights, and you'll get a good eyeball or vantage point into what we're doing here. We also do some other shows here in other games, often mini-series. We just finished a Legend of the Five Rings one. I have news that I will be taking on some casting calls shortly for a couple of different short mini-series in the future. Before we get to those, we'll be playing Daggerheart in a GM roulette with Mark and Cyberbro, where each of us takes on one session as a GM and then otherwise plays for the other two sessions. So that should be a good time. And then on to some HP Lovecraft, The Dreamlands in Call of Cthulhu. And we might even get some Walking Dead or In Nomine in the future here. These will all be short series, often run on the weekends to try and to spread things around. We love Pendragon, but I also like to do other stuff. So check those things out as they come out. Thanks for watching, y'all. I encourage you to stick around. We're going to share the love and raid out, but I'm going to put us on the BRB screen so we can chat away as we do so. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you next time.
Bye.
Farewell.